ไหนมึงจะไม่พูดหน่อยเหรออย่างน้อยบอกกูหน่อยได้ปะมึงจริงๆแล้วมึงชื่ออะไรไหวเหรอ
I'm not ready. I'm not ready at all. And I was thinking maybe I should put it off for a little bit. Maybe not like days, like... Well, it would, that's the thing, I would end up putting it off for days. And I would be miserable the whole time just knowing what's coming up, right? And it doesn't matter how long I put it off for, I have a feeling that this episode is going to make me cry no matter what. So I might as well... I'm not ready. I might as well pack all of the emotion into one evening. It's rough. It's really rough. Alright, this is episode 8 of my only 12%. I'm going in. I'm going in. Okay, no more regret. I'm just gonna click play before I regret anything.
เอ๊ะทำไมตื่นเช้าจังอะ
Hey, already awake?
เองนอนไม่หลับอะทำไมอะแต่งตัวเสร็จแล้วด้วยตกใจเลยก็ดูอิ้วไปเมื่อคืนดิเค้กจะหลับได้ไงอะก็บอกแล้วไงว่าอยากคิดอะไรคนเดียวแล้วคิดอะไรได้บ้างอะ
He putting on a smile. I don't know how genuine it is.
คิดไม่ออกอะเอ้าแต่ไม่อยากคิดแล้วอะแต่เค้กจบม.3เค้กไปเลยเหรอใช่งั้นลงไปกินข้าวกันไหมอุตส่าห์ตื่นเช้าทั้งทีจะได้ไปโรงเรียนกัน
He's pushing down the sadness.
ยูโกรธเค้กเปล่าทำไมยูต้องโกรธเค้กอ่ะเค้กไม่ได้ทำอะไรผิดสักหน่อยถ้าบ้านอิวไปนะอิวก็ต้องไปเหมือนกันลูกสิไปกินข้าวกันเนี่ยอุตส่าห์ตื่นเช้าทั้งที
It was definitely
จะได้ไปโรงเรียน
devastated.
เร็วๆดีไหม
He's not fooling me, he's not fooling Cake. You have to give Il some kudos for the fact that he realised he had romantic feelings for Cake. And he has not let that get in the way of their friendship at all. There's not been any, like, moments where he's made things kind of weird or awkward or kind of... I don't know, he's just not pursued anything to do with that, right? He's just quietly aware that he has those feelings. He's not gonna let it, like, interfere with the friendship he has. It must be quite difficult. They're both so sad.
เค้กทำไมอ่ะถ้าอยากอยู่ด้วยอ่ะงั้นตอนเข้าโรงเรียนห้ามหนีเค้กเลยนะ
Well, we managed to get him to stop avoiding cake at school.
เค้กไปนั่งเรียนด้วยนะ
Cute.
ตอนเที่ยงก็ไปกินข้าวกันงั้นวันนี้เค้กไปอ่านหนังสือที่ห้องสมุดกับยิวดีกว่าอ้าวแล้ววันนี้เค้กไม่ไปเตะบอลหรออยู่กับยิวดีกว่า
They just want every moment together that they can get.
คนเยอะนะไหวแน่หรอไหวดิไปรอได้นะไม่อึดอัดนะไม่เป็นไรนะเค้กยิวอยากไปไปก็ไปไปเข้าโรงเรียนกันไหม
They're too sweet, no?
ไม่เป็นไรหรอกนะ
I'm already emotional. This isn't good.
เข้าชัวร์คุยก็คุยวะ
2 years is a long time to have a long distance relationship at that age, right? I don't know. From a BL aspect, he has to break up with her eventually, no?
เรางี้พี่ลินไม่งอนเอาหรอวะมันหายไปโคตรนานเลยจริงด้วยเลิกเรียนแล้วไปหาช้านิดเดียวอ่ะก็งอนเอาแล้วนะเว้ยก็งอนอ่ะคุยโทรศัพท์ก็ดูน้อยๆกูอยากอยู่กับยูมากกว่าวะทำไง
Even from a platonic bestie standpoint, that's fucking adorable. And it makes sense because they've grown up together. It's very sweet. I don't have the mental strength to deal with you guys right now. Please, just bring back Pow. I need Pow right now. I need Pow in my life. I need another pep talk.
กับพี่จิมอะคบกันแล้วเหรออันนี้เป็นแฟนกันแล้วปะ
Oof.
น่าจะเร็วๆนี้แหละ
That's rough.
มาถามแค่เนี้ยอะไรของพีคเนี่ยงั้นพี่เข้าบ้านแล้วนะดึกแล้วอ่ะ
สรุปคือพี่ไม่รู้จริงๆใช่ปะว่าผมคิดยังไงกับพี่อะ
Very confident. I thought he was just gonna let
ผม
that
ช
go.
อบพี่ชอบมาตั้งแต่เจอกันแรกๆแล้วอะแล้วก็ชอบเรื่อยๆจนถึงตอนเนี้ยผมโคตรชอบพี่เลยแล้วทำไมพี่ถึงทำเป็นไม่รู้อะ
That's very brave of you.
พูดอะไรเนี่ยพี่เพิ่งอายุเท่านี้เองจะมาชอบอะไรพี่เล่ากลับไปเถอะมันดึกแล้ว
Oh, it's rough for her because she likes him too.
อายุเท่านี้แล้วไงอะพี่ได้ฟังผมพูดหรือเปล่าอะผมไม่ได้ต่อบทกับพี่อยู่นะ
พีคเลิกคิดเรื่องนี้เถอะพีคยังเด็กอยู่เลยที่พีคบอกว่าพีคชอบพี่อ่ะมันอาจจะเป็นแค่ความรู้สึกชั่ววูบก็ได้อะ
นี่พี่เป็นผมเหรอถึงมาคิดแทนอ่ะ
It's gotta be really rough to reject someone that you secretly like. And she's doing what she thinks is the right thing, right? And also what I think is the right thing.
ถ้าไม่ชอบผมก็แค่บอกว่าไม่ชอบ
She can't because she does like you. I think she's doing the right thing. I'm sorry, I'm not on board the relationship. But I do feel bad because having to reject someone that you secretly really want to be with and they've just told you that they want to be with you, like, that's got to be rough, no?
จะทุกข์จะสุขแกก็ต้องเผชิญเอง ฉันไม่มีสิทธิ์ไปตัดสินใจแทนแกหรอก
I don't know your name, lady, but you're a very nice
ก็
friend.
ไม่อยากให้แกมาเสียใจทีหลังนะเว้ยหอม
ขอบใจนะแก
ต้องมาขอบใจฉันหรอก อ่ะ กินเข้าไปเลย อ่ะ อ้ามอร่อยปะ อ่ะ กิน
กินไปเถอะไม่ต้องห่วง
ผมอยากใช้เวลาอยู่กับซีอิ๊วให้มากขึ้น
She's a very sweet friend. I don't think we're ever gonna know her name.
ควรเป็นของพี่ปะ
คุยเป็นไงบ้างอะพี่ลินกดไหม
รอเค้กกลับมา ใครจะไม่รอก็ไม่เป็นไร แต่อิ๋วรอเค้กนะ
Oh, okay, we're gonna get into the rough stuff. Where's Pow when you need him? I need my Pow boost. What are you gonna do? Go and fight his parents?
ห่างกันตั้ง3 ปีมันจะคบกันยังไงวะ
Break up with her.
ให้ผมทำไงอะ
Do it.
น้อยเหรอ โทรไปทีไรก็อยู่แต่กับซีอิ๊ว เลิกเรียนก็บอกว่าต้องรีบกลับบ้านซีอิ๊ว
Lady, they've known each other all their lives. You can't compete with that. I wouldn't even try to compete with
แต่ที่
that.
ผ่านมาหลังเลิกเรียนผมก็อยู่กับพี่ กลับบ้านไปผมก็ออนเอ็มคุยกับพี่ตลอด
If that's your boyfriend, you have to try and understand him, no?
แค่นี้เวลาแทบทั้งหมดที่ผมมีก็ให้พี่ไปหมดแล้วอะ
คือจะบอกว่าพี่แย่งเวลาซีอิ๊วมาใช่ปะ
ไม่เกี่
Basically.
ยวดี
No, you can tell her. Basically.
พี่ก็เอาแต่พูดอย่างเงี้ย เอาแต่พูดประชด บอกว่าซีอิ๊วไม่ดี บอกซีอิ๊วน่ารำคาญ บอกไม่ชอบซีอิ๊ว
Rude.
อิ๊วยังไม่เคยพูดอะไรเลย
Yeah, here. She's not been in the show, like, hardly at all. But the time that we did see her just now, she was kind of rude, no? Made no attempt to understand where he's coming from and how hard it is for him. Tried to compete with a friend that he's known since birth. And failed. Said that Ooh was annoying. Fucking rude. She can go. That's fine. We don't need her. I love them though. I love them.
เฮ้ไม่เป็นไรจริง
ถ้าเค้กอยากร้องไห้อะเค้กร้องไห้ได้นะ ร้องไห้กับอิวได้ตลอดเลย
เค้กไม่ได้อยากร้องไห้ซะหน่อย
ก็หมายถึงถ้าอยากร้อง เค้กอย่าไปร้องคนเดียวนะ
I hate seeing Cake sad. It really just like smushes my heart into mashed potato.
ถ้าเดี๋ยวเค้กอยากร้อง เดี๋ยวเค้กจะมาร้องกับคิ้ว โอเคไหม
อืม โอเค
I
ค้กกลับมาใครจะไม่รอก็ไม่เป็นไรแต่อิ๋วรอเค้กนะ
มันเป็นเรื่องตลกจนอดขำไม่ได้ที่พอรู้ตัวว่ารักเขา แต่เขาก็ต้องไปอยู่ไกลขนาดนั้น ก็อดคิดไม่ได้หรอกว่า 12% มันจะมากไปหรือเปล่า
ไม่มีเค้กแล้วอิ๋วต้องดูแลตัวเองดีๆนะใช่ไหมดูแลให้ดีเท่าที่เค้กทำนะ
Oh man, I'm taking a break. You don't need to see it, but you should just know that as soon as I paused it, I just started crying uncontrollably for several minutes. It sucks. It sucks. I hate either of them being sad, but I think because, like, Eve's been sad a lot this show, like, basically ever since Rin came into the picture. So, like, episode 2 or 3, you know, he's been sad for a few different reasons. So, although it's horrible to see and I still don't like it, I'm you know, I'm used to seeing him upset kind of thing. But Cake is always, like, so smiley and happy that when he's upset, it's like, oh, my heart just gets smushed. Okay, we're on part 4 already. Those 3 parts have flown by. 15 minutes. I can do it. I can do it. I can get through it. I know I can. Are they gonna say goodbye at the end of this part? Ooh.
เค้กตื่นแล้วเอ้า
Cute.
อ้าว ทำไมทำหน้างั้นนะ
ทำไมตื่นเช้าขนาดเนี้ย
เก่ง
Again.
ปะล่ะยูจะอาบน้ำก่อนหรือให้เค้กอาบน้ำก่อน
Oh, so cute.
เค้กไปอาบน้ำก่อนนะ
It's the same as you, right? After the morning after he found out. They don't want the other person to know how sad they are. They don't want that to put that burden on the other person. They just want their last moments together to be happy. So they're both, like, kind of trying to be as smiley with each other as possible. But then they look like this when they're when they're turned away from each other.
วันนี้ยูทำเป็นขึ้นรถเมล์คนเดียวนะ
ทำไมอ่ะ
ก็เดี๋ยวเวลาเค้กไม่อยู่ไงจะได้ขึ้นรถเมล์คนเดียวเป็น
จะได้เก่งเห็นไหม
I feel like it's gonna be good for you, especially, or for both of them, to grow up and be a bit more independent. It just sucks because I want them to be together so badly. Not even in a romantic sense. I just want them to be in each other's lives. They're so sweet. How could anyone break up 15-year besties? No, he's watching him. I was just thinking that. I was like, normally he's got Cake to catch him, right?
ส่งตัวดี
Oh.
ๆ ไม่ไหวกับพิงเค้กมา
เอาไปยังหมดแล้วยังข้างในยังมีอีกไหม
เอ้ยอยู่หน้าเราเลย
หนึ่งพอไปเอาแล้ว
อีกหม้อ
อ่ะแจกแก้ว มาได้แก้วยัง เค้กอ่ะแก้ว อันนี้แก้วเค้กนะ
น้ำจิ้มเทใส่น้ำซุปเลยไหมแม่
เอ้ยเค้ก
แจกจานก่อนเลย
มา
โอ้ยปั๊บนะตีนะ
love all these people. The families are so nice, no? I love Pal. I love Prem. I love him so much.
อิวไม่อยากให้ถึงพรุ่งนี้เลยอะ
เดี๋ยวก็ตื่นไปส่งเค้กไม่ไหวพอดีอะ
ไหวสิ ถ้าอิวไม่ไหวแล้วใครจะปลุกเค้กอะ
นั่นดิ
เค้กตื่นเต้นไหม
อันนิดหนึ่ง
ต่อไป เค้กต้องตื่นเองนะ ห้ามขี้เศร้าด้วย ไปอยู่ที่นู่นอ่ะ เฮียเปาบอกว่ามีแต่ของอ้วนๆ เค้กอย่าลืมกินผักด้วยนะ เดี๋ยวร่างกายจะไม่แข็งแรงเอารู้เปล่า
หิวนั่นแหละ ต้องกินเยอะๆนะรู้ไหม ตัวผอมมากแล้วเนี่ย เค้กพูดจริงนะไม่ได้ล้อเล่น เค้กไม่อยู่แล้ว ต้องมีเพื่อนใหม่เยอะๆนะ รู้ไหม ทำความรู้จักกับคนอื่นเยอะๆ มีอะไรจะได้ช่วยเหลือกันไง เข้าใจไหมเข้าใจไหม
อิวเข้าใจ
เก่งมาก ไม่มีเค้กแล้วต้องดูแลตัวเองดีๆนะ ใช่ไหม ดูแลให้ดีเท่าที่เค้กทำนะ
เค้กนั่นแหละ ดูแลตัวเองให้ดีนะ ไม่มีอิวคอยทำอะไรให้เรานะ
ต่อไปนี้อิวนั่นแหละที่ต้องดูแลตัวเองดีๆ ขึ้นรถเมล์เองคนเดียว ตอนเช้าไม่มีเค้กมาคอยกลัวแล้วนะเห็นไหม ตอนไปโรงเรียนก็ไม่มีเค้กเป็นตัวปัญหาแล้วนะ มาก่อนนะตอนนี้เค้กยังมีอกให้สุกนะ จะเป็นคนปลุกหิวให้คอยดูหิวจะรอนะ
ตั้งแต่เค้กไม่อยู่อ่ะ อิวเป็นยังไงบ้าง
เรารู้สึกเหมือนอยู่คนเดียวบนโลกเลยอะ
อิวต้องใช้ชีวิตนะ ใช้ชีวิตให้ดีกว่าตอนที่เค้กอยู่
เรามาเปลี่ยนแปลงตัวเองกันไหม เอาให้เค้กกลับมาแล้วตกใจเลย โอเคป่ะ
That is potentially the hardest I've cried since potentially like episode 10 of Not Me and like Tale of a Thousand Stars. Like my face right here is actually, my skin is sore from the amount of times I've like wiped my face. I've just like, it was just awful. It was so awful. I don't know how I'm meant to talk about it without crying. That episode went so quickly. Okay, let's talk about the things that won't make me emotional. They're both kind of putting on a brave face, right? You see it here with Ew in the morning, and then the next morning that they wake up together, Cake was being really happy and bouncy and stuff. So they're like putting on a brave face for each other and trying not to let the other person see them sad. I'm sorry. I'm trying to like be professional, but it's not happening right now. We saw Pow, that was great. I actually got emotional when I saw Pow because it was like a comfort feeling or something, I don't know. We broke up with the girlfriend, thank goodness. I think expecting a relationship to go long distance for 3 years, especially at their age, a lot of people my age don't have the emotional maturity to make that work. It requires so much trust, so much communication, so much flexibility, and giving the other person their space and understanding that they're not going to be around to text you all the time and stuff. It's something people my age can't do for 3 years, so to expect them to do it, it would have been quite like an unreasonable expectation, right? Especially because she's already pissy with him for not spending time with her after school and stuff. If she can't deal with that, she ain't gonna deal with America. But it was really sweet the way they set up kind of that Rin wouldn't wait for him. She doesn't try to understand the situation. She doesn't consider how much it's hurting Cake. And then it kind of cuts to Cake going and telling Ew that he broke up with her. And you see Ew be everything that she's not. Like, he was concerned about him, he was understanding, he was, you know, non-judgmental and not hateful towards Rin or anything like that. And even like the morning after he told him that he was going, Ew still came in and tried to be positive and happy and just want to spend time with him. So it's everything that like Cake isn't getting from Rin, right? That kind of understanding and love and patience. And they both, Cake and Ew, definitely both love each other so much. I mean, with Ew, we've already seen, right, that it's progressed to a romantic stage. With Cake, it's been a lot more understated. We haven't really had a clear confirmation on how aware he is of any romantic feelings, if any. Because he's had the girlfriend and everything, so we assume it's still platonic. But you can tell he loves Ew, right? You can just tell. Not even in a romantic way, just in a like, this is the other half of your world that you've grown up with kind of way. And then we have this. I'm gonna try and talk about it without getting upset, but if I do get upset, I'll just cut it. I'll just keep making cuts. If you see a cut, assume I cried. It started off really sweet, right, with them packing up the room and going through like their old memories and stuff. And then you just see them staring at the ceiling and you're like, oh god, emotions are coming, I feel it. I think it started getting emotional right away when they turned to face each other and Cake was just like, I'm trying to like phrase it in a way where I won't upset myself. But he just had his hand on U's cheek, right? And he was like stroking his hair and caressing his cheek and his neck and stuff. The whole conversation he was doing that. And it was just like really making me emotional. And it was tough because you could see the tears going down his face and Il was crying and it was difficult. I'm trying to rein it in. I'm trying to keep control of my emotions. But as soon as, like, I feel like I'm okay, and then as soon as I talk about it, I get really emotional again. As soon as Cake broke down and, like, really started to cry, I was gone. I was done for. I thought watching this that it would be Kuhat's crying that really got me, because I've never really seen Santa in anything before, so I was just like, oh well, I've seen Kuhat cry and it was like horrific to my heartstrings, so that's what I need to watch out for. Anytime Cake cries, that's it, I'm gone, I'm done, right? Because he's so happy and smiley normally. So he started crying and I was just, that was it, there was no hope. And then the questions and the things he was saying and asking, like, please wait for me, don't forget about me, stuff like that, while they were just like sobbing in each other's arms. It was too much. And I had like 5 seconds of like clarity where I remembered that they were acting and that there must have been like cameras and people behind the cameras. And I took notice of like how zoomed in the shot was, and how close and like intimate they were. And I was like, this is crazy good acting. Like, the fact that I can completely forget that it's a TV show and that there are cameras and stuff, and then it kind of, I remind myself and I'm like, whoa, because it just felt like so real and intimate, you know? Like, you're so immersed in the world, in the characters, that I actually kind of forgot that they're laying there and they're acting, and eventually someone's going to say cut and they're going to sit up and it's going to be fine. So I had like 5 seconds where I thought about that and I was like, oh my god, they're so talented. Santa's face when he's about to start crying, like when he goes from like tears running down his face to actually breaking down, his face when he's just about to start crying and you see that kind of conflict where he's trying to hold it back, you see him swallowing, like trying to like stop crying, which is something I do, stuff like that. Like it's so realistic. It's just incredible acting, it really is. It's just soul destroying. It's heartbreaking, it's soul destroying. I'm a wreck right now. I'm hoping I can cut it, because it was after the credits rolled. I just completely broke down and I sobbed. Like, I just collapsed on my desk and I just sobbed like really loudly and violently for several minutes. It's been, I don't know how long it's been at least 10 minutes, if not 15. It's rough, it's so rough. And they haven't even said goodbye to each other yet. We've got that coming in episode 9. The don't forget me and please wait for me cut through me like a fucking knife. Me too, fam. Me too. A lot of people cried. I'm not surprised. You know, sometimes the reason why I don't like crying and why I try so hard not to during emotional scenes, is because I don't know when other people cried, right? Sometimes you guys tell me, you'll comment and say, yeah, I cried there too, don't worry. But like when I'm watching something, I don't know if it's just me not coping with it well because I'm emotional and I don't cope well with like dramas and conflict and stuff like that. So I feel quite embarrassed when I cry and I'm like, I wonder if anyone else even cried at this or if I'm just being an idiot. And as I've mentioned before, the way I was raised, crying is not a good thing. It's something to be avoided. at all costs. Like, if something makes you sad, you shouldn't watch it. That's just how I was raised. It's the way that my family views things. So crying is like not a good thing. You shouldn't be doing it, and you should avoid it. It's sadness, negative. It's on the negative side of things, right? So I try not to cry, but then there's times like this where I feel like I know I'm not the only one that cried at this. I know a lot of people cried, even before reading the comments. I feel like I would have guessed that a lot of people cried. It made me absolutely bawl my eyes out. And normally when stuff like that happens, it's usually made other people cry. I think the only times I've cried as hard as I did just now was with episode 10 of Not Me, which fucked me up so many ways. Traumatized by that episode. And in Tale of a Thousand Stars, because it was the first thing I watched after like Cutie Pie and Bad Buddy, which were fairly fluffy. Tale of a Thousand Stars was like the first really emotional show that I watched. And I think I cried for like the last 3 episodes of that non-stop. I feel like that's the worst I've cried in so long. I just could not be dealing with the heartbreak. I swear I felt something inside of me break. How many times am I gonna have to message my friend going, distress? Who knows? If you don't have me added on Discord, count yourself lucky. Because whenever I go through moments like this, I just randomly message people like, help me. I'm so distressed. Thumbnail looks like they're gonna say goodbye at the beginning of next episode. Pow! Oh, I get some pow. Oh, thank goodness. I don't know how many episodes we watch before he comes back. Is it gonna be like... We got 6 episodes, right? So is it gonna be like they say goodbye to each other, and then we see a little bit of what they do in the time jump, and then episode 10 he's back, and it's like 5 episodes, which would be 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14, would all be about them falling in love, or Il falling in love again and Cake falling in love? Or is it gonna be like we're gonna spend 5 episodes of a time watching like this time jump and how they're coping in separate places, and we watch them grow up, and then in like episode 13 or 14 he comes back and we get our happy ending? I don't know. I feel like they can't drag out the time jump too long, right? Because we haven't even seen Cake fall in love with you yet. That has to happen after the time jump. And then Ew either has to fall in love again, or maybe he's always gonna have loved Cake. He probably will have loved him all this time, and we'll just love him more when he comes back. But we need to see them do what every BL couple does, right? They still need to have their falling for each other and getting together moment. And most BL pairings take 12 episodes to do that. These guys are gonna do it in 6. So I feel like they can't drag out the time jump for too many episodes, right? I don't know how they're gonna do it. I'll have to wait and see. I'm not watching episode 9 tonight. I was gonna try and get through all the emotional stuff today so that I only had to cry on one day. But I have a feeling that I'm gonna be emotional for the rest of the episodes. And if that's the case, I can't watch them all tonight. So I think I've cried enough for one day, and especially this last episode really kind of fucked me up emotionally for the night. So I'm gonna chill out for the rest of the night. I really don't want to watch them say goodbye to each other, but I really am interested to see what happens with the time jump and how they change. If they change much, or, you know, what stays the same and things like that. So I really am, like, intrigued by the stuff coming up as well. So hopefully I won't put it off for too long. I'm definitely gonna pick up episode 9 when I can. I can't have any more emotions tonight. If I watch them say goodbye to each other tonight, I'm not gonna be able to sleep myself. I'm really not. This was one of the hardest things I've watched for such a long time. Be proud of me, I made it through episode 8. I'm still alive. I'm dead inside, but I'm still alive. Alright, that's it for now. Bye.